and a part of this project for many years. Obviously, in my field, job creation is the main objective. However, not jobs at all costs. We want jobs that are family-sustaining wages and benefits, that are good corporate citizens and environmentally sound. After all, we live here too. Mining has been in place in the Upper Peninsula for over 175 years, but so much has changed, very different today. Changes in technology have allowed mining and the environmental issues to coexist, and companies are required to adhere to strict environmental protections, which these amendments continue to do. Our experience, which is with what is now Eagle, has been positive, open, and transparent. And I believe that market, the state of Michigan, and the Eagle mine have proven that mining can successfully occur in a community with minimal impact to the environment. Therefore, I urge you to approve the amendments and air permits, as well as the new dam safety permit. And I thank you for your time.
It's not closed yet, it's still optional.
Leah Jane and then Dave.
My name is Leah Jane Burry, and I'm a resident of McAllister, Wisconsin. I'm concerned about the dam breaching. I went to a council meeting where David Anderson from said that they had no emergency response planned because they weren't going to have one. Okay? Mining companies routinely produce dam breach analysis as part of their environmental impact assessments for new projects or tailings management facility expansion. The word breach in relation to the TMF facility of Aquila is never mentioned in the mine permit application amendment. In fact, the dam safety permit makes no mention of breach and inundation modeling for the tailings facility. What is the response plan for a dam breach? A dam breach scenario is not listed specifically in the NPAA Volume 1, Table 6.1 under Emergency Response Systems or in the amended contingency plan. Aquila's amended contingency plan of March 2019 states that the release of leachate or contact water to the environment could pose a threat to wildlife in and near the project area by impacting surface water or groundwater quality. But it dismisses any threat to people. What is the extent or the distance of the expected impact of dam breach? Aquila should be required to provide full and partial breach modeling considering different tailings composition. Failure of this facility would obviously have major permanent impacts on the land surrounding the mine site and on the Menominee River. Toxic tailings would be discharged downriver, poisoning the water and destroying the aquatic habitat from the mine site all the way into Lake Michigan. The downstream communities of Menominee, Michigan and Marinette, Wisconsin would be severely impacted. I don't understand why Aquila has failed to complete an analysis of what that environmental, social, and economic impact of a partial breach or total collapse of the TMF would be. Why has such an analysis not been required as a condition of the dam safety plan? These walls are vulnerable to catastrophic rupture during and after the mine's operational life. Designing for both overtopping, which is water flowing over the top of the dam causing erosion of dam walls, and earthquakes requires a prediction of the largest hydrologic or earth event the tailings dam will see during its lifetime. And in each of these instances, the required lifetime is always perpetuated. You know what I mean. But Aquila states that any spills will be reported to EQ Eagle and that Aquila will implement emergency spill response, but they don't say what they will do. What is the plan? There is no plan for a company that has. Please don't take this risk. There are three things that nobody could guarantee safety from, and that is a mechanical failure, an act of God, like a weather-related event, or human error. Please don't take this risk for all of us. Thank you.
Dale, it looks like you get the honor of being the last testifier today.
Before I go on record, I just want to let this group know, and I know you're the newbies coming in after the last regime, but this is my third hearing in this gymnasium. Each and every time, the audio system is unacceptable. It is.
It is.
I know you're better.
Totally.
All right, I'd like to address the deterioration and lack of public trust. And I know, as I just mentioned, you're basically coming in into a new agency. The people dressed in blue, you probably recognize by now, are property owners, taxpayers, voters in several affected counties in Michigan and Wisconsin. We all have the right to expect the represented agencies to protect the people's properties, land values, water, health, and the environment in both states because we share that river. Although your permitting process only goes to the river's edge, there's another half a river and another state to be recognized. Environmental groups have retained and have paid to enlist the services of professional scientists, and again, and their scientists are doctors. We don't hire guys with bachelor's or master's degrees. These are doctors and experts in their respective fields. And they make the reports on the applications that have been submitted to you. We give them back to DEQ, or Eagle, and Eagle spoon feeds these back to Aquila. It's like, well, here, this is the concern now. Here, what do you think of this? Now, why do we're out there making money at bake sales, trying to raise money to hire professional people that know what they're doing. We need some help from you folks. Talk about the tailings dams, and it's just been beat to death tonight. But tailings dams are a complex system that have evolved over the years. Also unforgiving systems in terms of the number of things that happen. Their reliability is contingent upon consistently flawless execution in planning, subsurface investigation, analysis and design, construction quality, operational diligence, monitoring, regulatory actions, and in risk management at every level. And all of these activities are subject to human error. I'm a retired safety coordinator at Tyson, Tennessee. Believe me, I have seen human error that cost people their limbs in a meat processing plant. This will happen. I will guarantee it'll happen. And you should be aware of this. The other thing, Mr. Trumbull defends the design substream thing. I just need to ask a question. Say you approve it. It goes in and it fails. Do you go to prison? For diligence of your duties? How are you folks held accountable? Who do you have to satisfy other than the public and God? You got to satisfy the Lord. Mr. Drury, same thing. Error. You're lacking public trust. Nobody believes you anymore. You say that the modified air permit should be no problem. According to Dr. Chambers, he said the equipment that is proposed is much too small to handle the volume, and the expected levels that Aquila states that they will actually remove is very low compared to what actuality is. So it's not correct. There's plenty of room for doubt. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see your stop. I have one more comment, seeing as though I'm the last, bringing up the... Aquila has, and you're well aware of this, Adam Wygant, you addressed it on the webinar. Aquila placed advertisements on TV6, Marquette, TV5, Green Bay, TV11, Green Bay, announcing Aquila had all the necessary permits to begin. You know that is so far from the truth that I'm a farm boy. To me, it's outright lies. That's what I call it. And again, this only goes to contribute to lack of public trust for you folks. I'm concerned about how people look at you, because you are representing the people. I expect to do the right thing. I propose you reject them all, send them all back to Canada, to hell with this.
behaved civilly, and treated each other with respect. I really appreciate that. We appreciate your interest in this, the time you took to be here tonight. As indicated at the beginning of the hearing, you may still submit additional written comments until July 5th for the dam safety permit and until July 23rd for the conditional approval of the permit to install and the mining permit amended proposed decision. Following the close of